So hello again, and welcome to our Designing a Premium Booking Experience for Luxury Travel webinar with our product designers organized by Boldare. My name is Matt Kościelak, and I am marketing lead at Boldare, and I will have a pleasure of hosting this webinar for you. Before we start, just a couple words about us, the webinar, and our speakers. Boldare is a digital product design and development company. We have a strong focus on future-proof, significant, and secure digital products such as web apps, mobile apps, and software. Boldare is a brand that emerged from combining the power and best qualities of two companies. Xsolve, a software development company, and Chillit, a high-end web design agency. We merged in September 2018, so it's a couple of months right now as a Boldare on the market. So Boldare capitalized on 14 years of experience, and the 250 products we released to the markets for our clients worldwide, and the skills of the 130 people-strong team we employ. Our key focus at Boldare is human-centered design that drives business results and delivers users' goals. That is why today we want you to meet our product designers, Adam and Pavel, who will tell you how design can solve your problems and help you achieve higher ROI in your business. So today's speakers include Boldare's product designers, Adam Chrobak and Pavel Capaya. Adam is a product designer with over 7 years of experience in various design fields. In his professional career, we're responsible for creating many complex digital products, worked for startups and global corporations. And Pavel, our second speaker, is also a product designer with over 10 years of experience in design, starting from e-commerce to applications. Digital products are bread and butter to him. He loves to discuss UX and UI, but refuses to see them apart. So welcome all of you, and thank you for joining us, guys. Today's agenda will be posted in a while on our webinar chat. And just for giving you some more overview, there will be about 45 minutes of presentation with our know-how for you. And for the last 15 minutes, there will be question and answers session to answer all of your questions which may come up during the presentation. So just one more thing before we kick off. Dear viewers, we encourage you to post your questions during the presentation, and our speakers will answer them during the last 15 minutes of the webinar. We ask you to post your questions in a question tab on your right side. If you have any technical difficulties, you would like to share your thoughts or just to say hi, please post in the chat also on your right. We encourage you to post live on Twitter during the webinar. You can tag us using our mention at boldare.com so we can retweet your content, or you can use Why Design Matters hashtag. So that's all from my side, and I think that we can start with Adam. So say hello.
Hello, guys. Okay, so why it's important? Line between products and services are blurring more and more over the time. For example, our smartphones knows when to remind us about next meetings. Our houses knows when we will be at home, so heating can be turned on time. Travel industry was one of the first to go digital. I'm sure that you are all aware of Booking and AirBnb cases. Digitizing is happening, and it's important to catch up with all those changes. With help from product development experts, you can easily elevate your business to digital level. There is a whole process behind it, so let's hear about it from Pavel.
Okay, guys. Hi. Sorry for the mix of screens, but it's hard to grasp all the technicalities here. So it's cool to have a digital product, right? But to get one and build one, you have to go through a vast process of interviews and briefing, and to know your target persona. And that is why we are in Boldare creating a document called Product Vision and the whole workshops around them to get the best possible intel about our target users. So the digital product we will create will be fitting smoothly to their needs and answering their and helping them reaching their personal goals. The product vision workshops also help our clients to get to know us better, and also help us understand their vision of business and what they want to achieve. So not only the user, but also the client perspective or the business perspective. It also answers to basic questions like why, what, and how, or what are the strong sides and weaknesses of the potential business or product. And overall, it generally helps us to get as much info about the business and the target as possible. But with all that wisdom, of course, it is not possible to start designing product immediately, or you can start designing product immediately, but you can easily overwhelm your users with a lot of features that are not necessarily needed for them. And question is how to avoid that. So on today's webinar, we will be talking mostly about the booking experience and travel experience, and this will be our referrals, especially our project called ERES Yachting that we've been working on in the past years, helping our friends from Switzerland to build a platform that is helping to book yachts and boats in general. So basing on that and how not to overwhelm the user, the whole booking process, in our opinion, starts already on the beginning on the website when you enter the search and filter area, which already is a part of booking, because at this point you help your users to narrow all the things they are searching and helping them getting there faster and sooner, and helping them target better what is the best for them. Of course, there is something called Hicks law, as you can see on your screens. It says that the time it takes to make a decision increases with the number and complexity of choices. It means that the more choices you give to your users and the more options you show to them, the more time they take to actually make a decision or buy something, in this case, book a yacht or boat, or possibly they even will drop out from the process and you won't get nothing from them, nor either their money or their decision it answered. That is why searching and filters are so vital, because they help already narrow the decision process to some specific choices of them and help them target the right product they need. The second part is the product preview experience. So already when you filtered and searched what you need and you have some basic results, you have to display them as much basic info as possible, so they can quickly determine is this really the choice they want to make, because after all, they want to spend money on your product or on your website, and this is why they have to be able to make a quick decision. Is it the right choice or is it not? That's why you show, for example, on the left, you can see quick sum up of the boat, their basic parameters, the basic price range, and stuff like that. And just later after that, you show some more like equipment and some other additional services. But already at this point, the user should be able to determine, is this the boat he wants? Is this the boat that fulfills his needs, or maybe he still needs to go and search further? So this is, again, saving his time and money, and even building some trust, because after all, they are trusting their money to you, and that they will get satisfaction from in being involved into the process of your product. And the last part is checking or booking and paying for the final purchase. This is very vital, and it can be also very overwhelming, because normally putting all the details into all kinds of forms is very stressing. Also, again, this is the very end of the road where you actually or the users are separated just by one click through spending the money. In case of the boats, it's quite a lot of money, so they have to be totally sure this is the right choice, that the money will come to you and they will receive the reward in terms of the product or the service they are requesting or buying, or in general they are winning, right, the transaction. That is why the whole form and the process has to be as simple as possible. For example, chopped into steps, like you can see on the top right of the screens. You can see there are a total of 3 steps, and all the other things have to be shortened as possible and still helping to reach the final destination, which is paying and booking the boat. And basically that's it. If it comes to how not to overwhelm UX, of course you can ask more questions later, because we can go more into details. But I guess now we can go into user interface design, and Adam will take it through now.
Okay, so let's talk more about visuals. Crucial in designing for a certain group of people is taking into consideration many different characteristics. It can be tricky, but there are several tools that can help you with it. I will talk today about 2 of them. Those tools can help you in designing outstanding products, are product personas and mood boards. One of the most important steps of our every client workshops is creating product persona. It's an imaginary character, often based on real persons that will use the product. In this case, use ERES Yachting web service. Creating a persona is allowing you to identify with end user, to identify with his needs, and gives you ability to make proper design decisions. Product personas can contain personal information about the user, his activities, his behavior, his wealth, or preferred devices that he likes to use. In ERES case, our persona was a reasonably rich man, over 40, with family and a love of traveling, sailing, and nature. The other two are mood boards. Mood boards are just snapshots of images, colors, and fonts that can give you a taste of what the design can look like when you start your design process. In ERES, we have crafted 3 different mood boards. All of them were based on the same basics, but were designed with different approaches. So after selecting a winning mood board, of course, with a client and applying some final changes, we were able to start our design process. We've combined most crucial conclusions from product persona and the mood boards, and created a design solution that suits both user and client needs. So as you can imagine, enjoyment of sailing is closely related to feelings of and experiences. So we proposed an interface design reflecting just that. To achieve this, we used high-quality marine photos and details, and light and sophisticated fonts. We also tuned colors and elegant gold details. Another very important factor that we used to enrich this experience was a specific language suited to the target user. These decisions resulted in a completely fresh and attractive style. And as a result of all of this, we have received a lot of positive feedback, as this right now on the screen. The feedback from customers and everyone else we have shown the website to has been that the site is exceptional. Clients and partners have mainly cited the website as the reason for choosing us. They found it to be professional, beautiful, and elegant, said Ursula Leitner, marketing manager from ERES Yachting. So let's hear maybe about what happens when designers and developers don't work together.
So one of our general rules in our company is that we create interdisciplinary teams. This means we basically combine team of, for example, Scrum Master, designer, and some developers. And of course, a representative from client side, and thus we can create very wide spectrum of experience in one team. And because of that, it helps us to guarantee and succeed better while designing a product. But there are also 3 factors that you can meet if you don't have a team combined together. And this is time, cost, and quality. And those 3 values are indeed a danger to your digital product while creating one if you do not try to complete those and manage to combine those together for succeeding. So probably most of them are quite obvious to you, but we think they're worth mentioning because they can affect the process of digital product creation very much. So let's start with time. Well, why time is the essence and why it's a nuisance while the digital team is being created, and what happens when the digital team is not, it's not a team. So the designers are separate from developers. The client has contact with the team only by proxy, for example, product manager and stuff like that. Well, of course, a lot of time is being wasted. For example, because designers and developers are not working together very closely, so they waste time on discussions and communications and getting to know each other, for example, and each of their working style. So this only can spend you some more time than it is necessary. And as we all know, in business, time is money. So the better the team, the quicker the results. And of course, we are not saying here that we're striving for building some extremely good quality products from the beginning, but the sooner you're able to show something on the market and test on your users, the better for you, because you can iterate and validate your business goals and assumptions. That's why time is of the essence here, and everything that helps to communicate inside the team better and understand each of team members alongside is a very big help and money and a time saver. Yeah, because the whole process is more fluent, and the more complex the process is, and for example, we have a very detailed process in our company in Boldare. It's always good to work with people that know the same process and are familiar with everything and can exchange thoughts and experiences regarding the same matter, because designer may know stuff but doesn't have to know how things are being developed, and same thing goes to developers. They know how to develop things, but maybe they sometimes need some more inspiration from their designers. So as you can see, it's a complex thing that has to be covered in a team. Next thing is cost, and probably all of those 3 values I'll be talking to you about are relevant to each other. So is cost. The longer we develop the project, the more it costs, of course. Not only it costs the salaries of designers and developers, but the whole marketing and introducing the product to the market, the longer it takes to us, is not very cost efficient. Even more than that, your competition has time to build their own products and their own solutions. So you'll have to compete with them, invest more money into marketing strategists, and stuff like that. So as you can see, all those are generating spending money, which is not really necessary. if you do things smoothly with a team that is organized and knows each other, and of course is experienced in the market. And the last part is quality. And quality, here we're not talking about the perfect product, like I mentioned, because we prefer the approach of the prototypes and MVPs that help us to test the business values and user scenarios in real environment, and actually build a better product with help of iterations. But when you combine a team of experienced players that they know each other, the quality is of course rising, because they know their methods, they know their experiences, they can communicate well and exchange the know-hows between them, or even advise the client better, because after all, if we are a team, we are consulting each other, and we are not some Chinese hands that are waiting here being told what to do, but we are the experts, and we're trying to show and discuss the best possible options for creating the digital product. So although all this builds a better quality, and of course it's also related to cost and time, because the sooner we release the MVP, the sooner we get the feedback and we can iterate and create a better product just after that, and so on and so on. So as you can see, the quality is very crucial, and all of those three values are very crucial for succeeding for when building a digital product. So I guess next point would be how the process look like, and Adam.
Okay, so how to achieve this success? In Boldare, we don't work in departments, we work in teams. We do that because we know how big the need for direct communication is, and how this communication cannot be easier when you are working with someone side by side. I can explain it by giving you an example of my previous project. As you see, we were asked to deliver MVP in 3 months in a team of 6 people, from which one of them was a product owner. In Boldare, usually the product owner is a person from client's organization. In this period of 3 months, we have addressed more than 3,000 messages on Slack. I don't even try to count every single direct conversation between team members. Now imagine if those people were working in different organizations. Comparing to this case, it would be a communication disaster. This is why we believe, and we strongly advise, to keep both design and development under one roof. Another crucial part to our process is keeping communication transparent. Every question, every conversation and agreement is public among team members. It keeps everyone in the loop and shortens the distance between team members. What's interesting, many of our clients attend even our daily Scrum events. They don't have to, but the same as us, they know that some daily issues can be resolved by simple and direct conversations. We believe in true teamwork, and that making mistakes and learning from them are keys to deliver the best digital products. All of our employees are independent, but a huge part of our work is consulted with all the team members. For example, design reviews are done also by developers and Scrum Masters. We know that every opinion different from ours can be value to the product and can allow us to look further with bigger perspective. I know that many of you are familiar with code review concept. It's a code check done by some other programmer to make sure that code is high quality. We introduced this as a standard to all our Boldare designers. When we reach the point where we want to send some part of the designs for further discussion with a client, we do design double check. It allows us to avoid simple mistakes and to make sure that our designs are our highest quality. What's more, in opposite to waterfall methodology, we work in Scrum. We deliver digital product increments, user story after user story, constantly making sure that we are going in the right direction. We respect all the Scrum events. We know that it's impossible to deliver without release plan, without planning sessions, and we are not able to evolve without retrospectives on which most of our clients are present. As I've mentioned before, we are constant learners. We learn on our feedback, we learn from the clients, from ourselves, and on the outcome of every test that we conduct on our product increments. We are true believers to the Lean Startup methodology, and we are trying to enrich our daily work with it. Of course, sometimes there are situations that we are just right on point. Okay, I think that's it.
Okay, guys, many thanks. And this is quite interesting because we planned about 45 minutes for the whole presentation, and we were able to do it to make it really faster. So I just wanted to say that we are as good as in delivering products for clients as we are fast with delivering the presentation. Okay, that's a joke. Okay, so I think that this is a time, and I would like to encourage you to post more questions in the questions tab, so we can extend the questions and answer session if there will be enough questions. So I think that it's a good practice to use this time as much as you can. So for now, I think that we can jump into the questions tab and start answering your questions. So Adam and Pavel, I think we will start from the question asked by Mr. Varun. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing well. Okay, so the question is, assuming that this product must have more mobile users than on desktop, what are the UX decisions that were taken keeping in mind factors like limited screen size, performance, and navigation for mobile?
So actually, it's quite to target the question precisely because we don't know anything about the product from this question. But of course, basic rule, I guess, if it's mobile factor, it's again to make things as simple as possible. Mobile solutions also help to integrate many features, like, well, not necessarily in booking, but for example, involving mobile camera. You can use some mobile payment systems that also help into making things faster and easier in terms of paying. In general, for example, banking mobile apps are easier to use, and it's easier to do money transfers and stuff while mobile banking apps than on desktop ones. Stuff like that. So regarding the product you're developing on mobile, you have to consider all possible features that you can use in the advantage of the user, so that he has everything at the palm of his hand, because mobiles are great devices, and they are really making things easier. They're of course a bit stressing the designers because you have to think twice before you do a move in terms of UX, and you have to probably try to simplify all the features there are, so filters, search, and stuff like that. And of course, you always have to consider performance, because on mobile we don't assume that we have access to Wi-Fi connection, but we're using transferring data. So considering that, all that, you have to adjust, but it would be definitely easier if you would. Oh, I see a little update from Mr. Varun. Let me quickly read it. Right. So, for example, in terms of ERES Yachting, we would have to simplify all the filters. So all the sliders and all the drop-downs had to be considered. For example, if you have a long list of checkboxes, I would have to convert them into drop boxes and stuff like that. All the sliders would have to be more precise, and the target of touch area would have to be maximized. And of course, there would have to be, like, if on desktop the whole booking process is considered in 3 steps, on mobile it is possible to chop those steps into few more to fit more into the screen size and not to overwhelm the user with the options of how long the forms can be long enough. Probably it can be a very long discussion, so we can turn that discussion later into email one if you want.
Okay, thank you, Pavel, for answering the question of Mr. Varun. I see that there is also a follow-up from Aurora, and it's like a follow-up on Varun's question. I would like not to assume that my target clients are not only mobile users. I target their PAs who arrange their schedules. How would you answer to this?
Who are the PAs?
I think personal assistants, but I'm not sure. Maybe we can get a proposition from Aurora. I think it's probably personal assistants of their clients.
If we can agree that the perfect user for this particular product is a PA, so personal assistant, so we have to target his device and make decisions for this user, not for the end user of the product, of the not product, but this service that product is suited for.
Okay, this is enough. If not, please let us know. Okay, the next question is from the same person, and it's: are there open source market analyses for us to get more info of our target clients?
I don't know what exactly means our target clients, because every single business and every single product has different target clients and users. But there are many good articles about going digital and why it's important, for example, or on our Boldare blog, or from the McKinsey design company, for example. So there can be found many different and interesting informations about that.
And probably if you're a company that is quite some time on the market, you have some data about your users, and if not, it's about time to start collecting them with every possible measure.
Okay. So the next question is from Anna, as it's: you didn't show the back office. I assume it's about ERES Yachting example. How can we upload different products that gets visible on the website? Can it receive info through API, like hotel prices, for instance?
To be more like a technical question, so I don't want to lie about this, that we know everything. So sorry, but I guess we are not able to answer that question. But I mean, we can refer to that later after webinar if you want.
Okay. We can get back to you later with the possible answer, because we don't have our programmers here to be more, to be able to discuss more technical details about the back office. So sorry for that. So let's go to the next question from Magda. We all know clients really likes make his own design by designer's hands. They give you 100% trust on design part, or they try designing for you?
So often we try to encourage our clients to trust us if it comes to design. It's not like this that we are designing something and then showing to the client. Our clients are involved in the design process, like in the whole design process on every steps, starting from mood boards, going through wireframes and finishing with a final UI design. They are involved on every of these steps. But yeah, usually or often they trust us and trust our decisions and recommendations.
I hope that this is enough. And now I see that we have the last question. So if you have any more question, it's the right time to post them. Okay, so the next question from Mr. Varun. How and where were the login sign-up walls placed in the user journey to ensure users can explore the product without having to sign up?
It depends on the product. Of money, I guess the sign up would be recommended actually, because in terms of like booking a boat, you better know all the transaction details all the time, and of course, always involves some of the transaction being sent to your mail. But rather than that, it depends on the product. Let me quickly read the question again.
From what I can add, if we look on most popular travel businesses that went digital, for example, Booking, Airbnb, or other, you can easily browse through the whole product, explore it in every way, and you don't have to sign up until the last step of booking this service. So I believe that's how it works.
Depends on the product, right?
I see that we have a new question. May I know which are the best tools available to assist the UI UX process? Which tools are you using?
It's a good question, because there are like thousands of different tools that you can use. Of course, the most common right now, I think that still is Sketch and Adobe Creative Cloud. Those are for designing UI. Sketch is also good for designing wireframes, but you can draw only a simple flows there. You can also use some kind of tools as Axure that allows you to build up really complicated and complex prototypes. I don't know what's more. Of course, you can for wireframes and for sketching the flows and user architectures, you can still use the paper and pen.
Thank you, Adam. I see that we don't have any more questions. So let me check. There is something new on the chat. Thank you, David. Okay, so I think that we can go to the end. So we can sum up something. So I hope that
there is one more question.
Okay, there is one more. Okay, so the last one for today, I hope. Did you guys design a system for the UI, and how did it help the designers and the developers?
Okay, so design systems are really complex and hard to achieve. Many of products don't really need design systems. Design systems are something that is trendy right now. It sounds good, and it really you really have to put some more thoughts if you really need design systems. We only use them when there is a really great need for that. When we know that the product will be huge, will be developed and transformed through the time that it will work. So Not always. It depends really of the product, and we use it only for really complex products.
Okay, thank you. So guys, I hope you found our webinar useful, and we discussed how to simplify the search experience by not overwhelming the user and building trust throughout the process, giving him a constant preview of his potential booking. So we talked about the importance of interface will suit towards the product persona. We also shared with you what happens when designers and developers don't work together side by side and how it influences the quality of the product. So finally, we shared with our key learnings from 14 years experience in delivering products. So the first, huge need for fast and direct communication within that team and with client. Consulting your team are your advisors, iterative, incremental delivery, agile, not waterfall, and lean approach, ideate, build, test, and learn. So thank you all for joining us during the webinar. We really appreciate your active participation, all the questions and comments you have posed during the webinar. A special thanks to our speakers who shared their insights with us. And just to let you know, the video from the webinar will be posted on Boldare YouTube channel. So it's a good time to follow to subscribe our YouTube channel. And the link will be included in the email summary you will probably receive on your email addresses. So if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to email us at hello@boldare.com. We would be delighted to set up one-to-one calls with our product design team and respond to your specific needs one-on-one and face-to-face. And on the final note, please follow us on our social media profiles where we post all updates regarding forthcoming webinars and more. So we hope to see you soon at the next webinar. Goodbye. Thank you for joining us.